president of Molles Life Services, a company that I started to try to prevent falls from happening instead of treating people after a fall's occurred. So after about 3 years of trying to find out where I could make the biggest difference, where I could be most helpful, we boiled it down to installing grab bars, anti-slip treatments in people's homes, safety devices like a raised toilet seat or toilet frame, shower chairs, handheld shower heads, ways to make movement easier and safer. And so that's what we've been doing, and a part of our plan has been to try to educate people, educate and empower people. About myself, I started as a caregiver when I was 15 years old, taking care of my grandparents. And I did not know anything. Of course, I was 15 years old. I should have been out causing trouble in the streets and, not going to school and things like that. But circumstances called on me, and I needed to learn a lot of things very quickly. There was so much that I didn't know, and remembering that time and thinking about the people that I've worked with and talked to, and families and people after something has happened to them, there's so much unknown. And through my life since when I was 15, I feel very fortunate that I've been able to learn so much. I feel like it's a moral obligation for me to pass along as much information as I can. So forgive me if I bore you or give you way too much information or tell you things that you might already know. I always like to hear things repeated again and again, and somehow it gets put into my head. One thing I learned from the time that I was 15 and throughout my adult life is it's important for people not to feel helpless. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, in life, and we can't live in fear all the time. And many times being afraid of something like fear of falling can actually lead to falls. And being overly cautious and taking missteps because people are scared to fall. So having education, being prepared, having your home prepared if you need it, those sorts of things, I believe, can allow for more freedom and a more personal enjoyment of everyday life. Not feeling helpless is real important for me. One thing that sticks out in my head is when I first learned CPR. Something weird happened when I learned CPR, as I felt very empowered. I felt that the world was less scary. Because if something happened, if somebody was having a heart attack, stopped breathing, if I was in a restaurant and they were choking, I could actually do something to help instead of standing there or screaming or crying or, whatever I might do, hopefully not cry too much. And it really changed a lot of things in life for me. So that, again, is an example of how knowing things, education, preparedness can really help to make life fuller. And you want to spend time doing what you want to do instead of living in fear. So we're trying to help with that. Let's see here. So welcome everybody to Fall Prevention, our first Fall Prevention Awareness Day. I am determined to have this happen again tomorrow or next year, not tomorrow, with a lot more flyers and phone calls and things like that. I'd like to thank Doctor at Home and Jocelyn for coming out, and we'll have Scott Richmond, who's a certified personal trainer, coming in later at 11:30 to give a talk about exercise, balance, what you can do to help strengthen yourself, have firmer balance to prevent falls. We've also brought a Nintendo Wii game. I don't know if you're familiar with the Wii, but it's a video game that has a balance board that you put on the floor. And if you stand on the board, it senses pressure. And there's games that can help increase your balance, your strength, your core strength. And so we're going to, as mostly for entertainment value, if you want, you can have your balance tested on the Wii board in video game form. So we'll do that probably about 11:15. And it should be fun, hopefully. There's snacks and coffee and water and lots of information on the table over there. I'm glad you have it. We've got some information about our company on the other table, and if you have any questions about us or Scott with his personal training or Doctor at home, you'll have ample opportunity to talk to us. I'll answer any questions you want. So, just like to talk about some simple things that can be done to help prevent falls. One very important thing is to have your hearing and your vision checked every year. It's extremely important. My vision has changed. I haven't refilled my glasses prescription for several years, and now I'm driving. We just got a car, and I'm putting on my glasses, and I see that there's a huge difference. My eyes have changed so much in just a few years. And you need to be able to see your environment so that you can sense danger, changes in the surface that you're walking on, and so that'll prevent falls. About glasses too, one very simple thing that can be done is to make sure that if you wear glasses, your glasses are clean. Because smudgy glasses and for me, little spots on my glasses just get me, and my whole field of vision is thrown off. So it's very important several times a day to clean your glasses. Having ears checked and making sure your ears are clean. If you can't hear, you may not be able to sense differences in the environment, something that'll give you a clue that something's not right, and you can end up falling. Having a cold or allergies make your head stuffy. It can affect your vision, can make your eyes watery. These are simple things, but that can affect your balance, your vision, your ability to keep yourself upright, and you can fall. Going to see a podiatrist and having them look at your feet, keeping toenails trimmed, making sure you have good shoes, solid shoes. Lace-up shoes are really good. One thing that I recommend to people is if you don't want to mess around with laces, because Velcro, or they have elastic shoelaces that you can lace through like regular laces. You tie them in a bow at a comfortable tightness, and you leave them be. And then they just become slip-on shoes. It's much easier on the back.